Good morning, world. I guess America has a new president. Donald Trump. Crazy megalomaniac. Well, at least if the rumors are correct, at least we're not going to have World War III, but we'll probably have Civil War. Who knows? For all the people out there screaming and yelling that Trump is in, it's kind of our own fault. Because look at what we had for candidates. Every single candidate that I noticed, except for maybe one or two, was a complete friggin' mental midget. And for everyone putting all this crap on there that we're going to be horrible, so on and so forth, as a people, we've kind of screwed ourselves. America has just gone down the drains in the last 100 years. I mean, completely down the shitter. Well, I shouldn't say 100 years, at least since the 40s and 50s. Because since then, since World War II, as a people, the government has divided us and kept us divided. We have not worked on finding a way for everyone to be united. It's all about separation. And it's terrible because, you know what? When was the last time that as American people we stood up for everything as a united front and got rid of all the crap? Never. Not in my lifetime. The only time I've seen when people came together is in this town just recently with something that happened. I won't even talk about it, but the town came together and everybody in town was at least somewhat united in one aspect to help me and my family. Now, I know this town and came together. Well, another example, it was when they succeeded from the friggin' RSU-13 crap. They were like, no way, we want our kids in there. And it was a huge vote to take us out of that Oceanside. And it was the best thing, and everybody loves the fact. I mean, people united change things. You want America to be great again, so to speak? You want Trump out? Well, find someone better to put in. All of a sudden, stand up. Get people united, because you know what? It will never happen. America is so focused on itself as individuals that it's no longer about helping your neighbor. It's no longer about being united. We haven't been united since World War II. And World War II, it was a united front because everybody came together. Everyone brought scrap. Women went to work. Of course, we won't get into that whole feminist movement crap, but, everybody came together. And the people in the state of Maine have been such a big part of all the wars involved, and people don't realize that, but Maine is a fighting state, and yet we get so fucked on the other end. And if you look at one of my channels, I put up a lot of statistics and stuff, which aren't crap statistics, people. Sometimes statistics are lies because they just spin it so that it sounds good. But no, we are one of the highest tax, lowest paid states. That's a proven fact. One of the worst places to start a small business. If you ever tried to start a small business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, as a united people, we are not. And the only way to change things is to start being proactive, not reactive by putting all this crap on Facebook saying how screwed we are and how messed up. Why don't you start putting stuff on there like how to improve your government, how to change your government, how to completely get things moving. Now, I'm not saying start a revolution against our government because you know what? I'd probably get arrested tomorrow if I did. But I'm telling you, we need to stop thinking of ourselves and start changing and being about each other. And this whole stuff about Obamacare, yes, we need health care. We need a lot of health care because that has helped a huge amount of people. But here's the spin a lot of people aren't talking about. I just got to talk to another person just yesterday. $100 increase. Another $100 increase a month on his insurance. Another one. So now, what he paid before Obamacare was around $5,000-$6,000. And since Obamacare, now he's up past 10. Paying an extra $4,000, and what the insurance people tell him is to help pay for everybody else. So why is it middle-class America is now being burdened and being pushed down even further every year to have to pay for people who can't afford it or don't want to work? Now, I agree that some people need help and they should have help. 100%, because I've been there. I'm kind of there now. But you know what? There are those who sit around and do nothing. They should be penalized immensely if they have all their faculties, they can go to work, and yet they just don't want to. It's nuts. The other thing is groceries. Why hasn't anyone started doing research on what the hell is going on with these groceries? 7 years ago, I could feed a family of 7 on $600 a month. Now, I'm feeding a family of 4 on about $1,000. So, less people, less food, more money. A friend of mine goes every day to get fresh produce for his family. By the time he leaves that grocery store, it's just below 100 or over 100 every friggin' time he turns around. Yeah, he could go real cheap, but there's some medical conditions with their family that they need the fresh produce and no chemicals and so on and so forth. No salts and whatnot. So, why aren't we as a people trying to fight and figure that out? Why is it all this stuff goes up and goes up and goes up, but nobody says anything? Because everyone tucks their head, keeps moving forward, and nobody's complaining. There's a housing shortage in Knox County. Nobody's doing anything about that because, it doesn't benefit them. I used to be able to get into an apartment for $1,000 to $2,000 a month. That's with security and so on and so forth, and people would work with you. Now, you got to have credit check, criminal background check, this check, that check. For me to move out of this house, especially with what happened recently, it's going to cost me $3,000 to get the hell out of here. That's if I pass the background check and all the credit checks, which I know my credit's terrible, so I probably won't even pass credit check. So, how am I supposed to move? How am I supposed to get out of this house? And this house has horrible memories. I mean, it has a lot of good memories, but one in particular is definitely weighing on my mind. So, instead of going out there and putting all this negative crap on Facebook and being so pissed off and all angry at the world, why aren't you doing something positive, like starting to gather people together? Why aren't we having rallies to try to figure out this food problem? Why aren't we doing something to change things? Here's another little factoid. As a united people, if we sign, and there is a place that you can do it, you can get online and you can succeed from the union as a state. And that's for all states. You can get through, and if enough people in that state say, we want the hell out of here, you can do it. Yeah, there will be troubles with the government, so on and so forth, establishing a new foothold and trade, and we'll probably have embargoes against us from the rest of the union. But you know what? There's a lot of positive things you can do, and yes, it would be hard, but things would definitely change, and as a people, we'd be able to vote and do things a lot better than what's happening to us now. So stop being reactive, be proactive, and, find ways to gather people together. Because the government has split us so far apart that we will never make changes. We will never make the government do anything because there are a bunch of fat cats getting tons of money from all other places, and the big corporations are helping guide them in the right direction. That's not me with conspiracy theory. That's been pretty much a known fact for years and years and years and years and years. So, you want to change this? You want to be this and that? Well, gather together as a people. Change the world by being united. You can't do anything by yourself. You can throw a little stink and you can maybe do one thing or another. Gandhi changed a lot. But how many Gandhis are here in America? How many Gandhis are out there going and willing to do that and to sacrifice for the good of the entire people? Because you know what? I have yet to meet one person that would go and do that. One. I haven't seen it. So, for all you people out there trying to be pissy and moaning, stop, because you're not changing anything. You want to change this, gather people together. Start being proactive. We're screwed because we let these people in the office. We let it all happen as a people. It's all because of us. We need to be united as a people and start to change things together.